I'm here to be judged. I want you to judge me. That's right. I wish I was dead. Why I lived, I have no idea. I have no extraordinary qualities whatsoever. I am not a courageous man. The greatest gift that any man can give is to lay down his life for his brother. If you are to judge me, then you need to hear my story. If you judge me, you need to have at least a taste of the world that we were in. This was no usual circumstance. My father owns 4 delivery trucks, brewery delivery trucks. I run an art shop in Parkhurst. But I have a heavy-duty driver's license. So sometimes I help my father out when he doesn't have a driver. On Friday the 14th of September, Patrick Bisabaya, Bob Marley, Kalisa, and Amos Lamini. We were hijacked. The men that hijacked us those men are men that were devoid of love. Those were men that I cannot believe have ever loved any human being. For them to have done what they did to us, it is impossible that they have any humanity in them. I wish they had shot us. Instead, they took the 4 of us at gunpoint, stripped us of all our clothing, everything, our jewelry, and dumped us in a dynamite storeroom of a disused mine. We begged them. We begged all of them. Don't do this to us. At first, when we were locked in there was a feeling almost of We have to be able to get out. There must be a way to get out of this. It's impossible that we can't get out of this. That cell was the darkest cell. The darkest place I've ever been. There was no light. It was semi-underground. The door was thick. Wood. Bolts. We banged at that door. Over and over. Sometimes we'd go back to the door and bang at the door just for something to do. Eventually we lost time. We tried to keep track of time. Couldn't keep track of time at all. There was no day. There was no night. It was just dark. Amos. He's a man of great spirituality. I have been fortunate enough to spend time with heroes. I have been fortunate enough to spend time with saints. And I am not worthy of it. So as you sit here and judge me, by all means, go straight ahead. But to judge these men, to judge these heroes, as time went on and we got thirstier and thirstier, it was the thirst, the hunger. We drank our own urine. We ate our own feces. I don't tell you this to horrify you, and I don't tell you this to nauseate you or to shock you. Things change in the dark. Eventually there was nothing to drink, nothing to eat. I used to wonder if I was going mad. I lie at nights now, wondering if I am mad. And yet I came out of this with absolute clarity. I have a better clarity now than I've ever had in my life. It's so crystal. Amos would sing to us at night. He had such a beautiful voice, a gospel singer. He'd sing to us until he fell asleep and then started snoring. And it used to irritate me. Now I try and remember it. I lie in my cell at night and I try and remember that snoring. I try and remember it, because it's like a lullaby in my mind. Amos kept us going. Till eventually he said it is important that one of us survives. What is important that at least some of us survive. What are we going to do? Just lie here and die? We made a decision. Amos found some small sticks in the ground. We prayed. I don't believe in God. I'm not even an atheist. I'm an agnostic. I don't care care. But I prayed. We drew sticks, and Amos took the short stick. He asked that we let him pray and then go to sleep. And then while he was in his sleep, to do it. We all went to our corners. Each one of us had a corner. That was our home. Each one had an individual home in the corner. Your senses become so astute that you know every move that is happening with your brothers. We were together in a womb. Why was I the one to survive? I lie awake at night wondering, why did I survive? Eventually we heard him snoring. And we all moved exactly as one. It was like one energy between all of us. I don't know who started, I don't know who went first, but it was like we all went at the same time. We jumped on Amos. We held him. I didn't know what to do. I was in panic. I really did. I'm a coward. I don't have that courage. I just moved with the energy of the rest. I just moved. I grabbed his mouth. We held him until he stopped kicking. And then a silence. Silence fell over the dark, like I've never felt in my life. It was the silence of guilt. It was the silence of shock. It was the silence of pure hell. We all ran back to our corners. Frozen. I couldn't think. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. What had we done? What did we do? I don't know what we had done. The only one who had the courage to move was Patrick. Patrick took over. He was a leader. I heard him move. Definitely. He didn't shuffle, he moved definitely. He used his teeth to cut through the skin on the stomach of Amos. From that he created a cup and filled it with blood and came to each one of us in our corners and nursed us. I was so thirsty. I was so hungry. When he nursed me, he held me. It's the only way I can explain it. I use these terms purely because that is what it was. For you to judge, me, you need to know the truth. Trust me. What I'm telling you is only my interpretation of the truth. I pray to God that nobody ever has to experience what we experienced. Little by little, we ate Amos. Let me rather say, Amos gave us life. It almost became like a ritual. Patrick broke a rib, and he would spend hours sharpening that rib on the floor till it became like a knife. From that he cut up the body and brought us the food. The more we ate, the hungrier we got. We had to eat it quick before it went. Before it started stinking. We entered a primeval existence. We became animals. We didn't talk much anymore after that. Before that happened, we shared stories, we shared our lives with each other. So if anything, what I'm carrying is a tribute to these men's lives. Please believe me. You have no idea of the love that we felt for each other. On cold nights we used to huddle together and hold each other. You do not get any closer to another human being than what we did. You do not. When it came to the head, we put the head facing the wall to one side, the side from where we could hear the traffic. We would hear traffic. We tried to keep track of the days. We all knew it was time to come to the next. And when we had finished the last, we really tried to finish the last of everything. Your mind rationalizes. Your mind makes a reason for everything. My mind would make a reason that we are all just food. What do we do? What does our body do but feed something? When we die, we feed the earth, we feed something. Every animal in this universe feeds something. Every being feeds another. It is a giving universe. Be better if I died. Not my sentence. We waited until the last. Patrick took charge. Pulled the sticks together. Drew the sticks. And Bob took it. He drew the short stick. didn't want to die. I've judged myself for that. But we made a pact, we made a decision together, we made a decision, we spoke about that. We said that is the choice. And we all agreed. I never had the courage. I would never have had the courage. Patrick had the courage. He had the strength. I found myself feeling feelings of absolute worship for him, I started worshiping him inside. I started feeling he was my savior. He was everything. He had the strength. I didn't have the strength. He would talk me through. He would talk me through at nights. He would sit and he would hold me and he would cradle me, talk to me. He gave me so much. He gave me so much wisdom. He fed me. After Bob, when there was just the two of us left in the cell, everything changed. I thought I'd experienced the absolute depths of hell. And even in hell, in complete blackness, and please, you must understand blackness. You must understand the dark. When you lose your eyes, every sense becomes so astute. You hear every single tiny sound. You hear sounds that are within sounds. You smell a man move. You feel the energy of him. Imagine for one moment, shut your eyes and sit in complete blackness with a man that is your brother, that you have grown closer to than any human being ever and ever will, a man that you worship and love, both knowing I am being hunted. We never said another word to each other. We could not speak. We ritually breathed in and breathed out. Any move we made was suspicious. And then the unbelievable happened. Somehow, cockroach crawled in to the cell. The sound of that cockroach was deafening. It was deafening. It just, the sound within that space was so loud. I don't know if it's because something could move freely from the outside to the inside. Whether it was the sound, whether it was the intrusion of another creature, whether it was the awakening that there is an outside and another world. started running around the cell, bashing himself up against the wall. I could hear him crunching into that wall. I could hear his head hitting the wall. I could hear him beating and screaming and this wailing, the wailing. When I was a child, I was driving with my parents. We were going to the drive-in and I was sitting in the back seat of the Valiant and we were stuck in traffic, and as we were going, a dog had been knocked over to the side and this dog was lying, wailing on the floor in pain. In pain, it was wailing and wailing, and everybody was just staring at the dog, and the dog couldn't move and nothing could happen, and this dog was just in agony. And I wanted to kill the dog, just to put it out of its misery, just to stop the sound, to stop the sound, to stop the sound. I wish I could say that what I did had even a modicum of unselfishness in it. I picked up the rib. I wanted to stab him with it. I never had the courage. It's almost like he let me, he became helpless. Just this wailing was going on and on, like a siren. I wrapped the rib around his throat and I pulled tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. And then I was alone. These men, these heroes, these saints gave the ultimate of themselves that I could live. And why? Why me? Why should I be worthy of life? What I do tell you, the spirit of these men's humanity is the most beautiful, beautiful thing. The ultimate of giving.